What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 73 of the Core Podcast. How you doing, Johnny?
I'm all right. Busy. Final few days.
Yes. What, 2 days until we leave the world? It's 4 days until the world is actually happening?
1, 2, 3. 3 days till I leave. 3 days till you leave.
So 4 days to world. Because we'll maybe land
Saturday night. Saturday night.
But we'll start Sunday. So 4 days, yeah. That's correct. Boy, math. Johnny, I think it's that time of the year that we bring a special guest who comes so far now every year to tell us whether or not 3D Experience World is actually happening or not. We've got Mr. Mike Puckett joining us. And he might have disconnected there.
I don't know. I thought it was me, but maybe it's not.
But yes, we got Mike Puckett joining us today. I think he's just disconnected. We'll get him back in a minute. Yes. You know, nothing will be as scary as that time when we had a fantastic chat with him. To the following day, find out that Atlanta was cancelled.
He's back.
I think we have him back.
There he is.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Not too bad. Very yourself, good, Mike.
You?
It's good. It's good to have you back.
Yeah, so I'm actually live right now. You have to tell me. I don't know. So I'm going to ask like I do, like I am.
No, it's been fantastic. So first question off the bat, is 3D Experience happening this year?
You remember 2 years ago, remember we cut it, what, 2 days or 3 days before? They said up, or a week later or something like that, remember? Before?
Yeah, we got ourselves all super excited, and then they cut it, and we were super bummed out. But I feel like it's turned into a great tradition that just before 3D Experience World, we get to hang out with you, talk about what's coming up, and it's fantastic. It's a good time of year. It gets us all hyped up and excited.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to getting there. I know we're leaving on Friday, and I just can't wait to get there. I mean, this is going to be one of the best events I've ever been a part of, I think. We'll talk about what I've had to go through. So I just can't wait to get to Dallas and to see everyone and all the people and see our customers again and to just feel like being in life again. So I'm looking forward to it.
I don't like I'm always fascinated about the stories that you have with customers and stuff that you get to see and all that. It's always fascinating.
Yeah, I missed so much. I have a lot to catch up on, that's for sure. And but I have years to go still, so I can catch up as much as I need to at some point, I think.
Yes, I mean, see, Mr. Casey is excited to see you as well. I'm sure plenty of other people are looking forward to it, looking forward to the CSW event. Will is a great recharge for everybody.
Yeah, in fact, this morning I was checking my email and stuff like that, and there was a back and forth on emails about what should we have, bacon or something else for the dinner or for the CSW event. And it's funny to think about what they're having to go through. So I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, I don't know if you remember the one chat, the whole craziness about sour cream bagels.
Okay, yeah.
I've still got to try one of those.
Yeah. I know they always find the best menu with all these type of things that they have. And so I know the events team, I mean, I don't know how these people do it, the events team. I'm grateful for what they do because we make it as easy as we can because they have events on top of events on top of events for those 3 or 4 days, And so we make it as easy as we can. And but today to find, okay, well, do you want this kind of chicken or this? And it's like, well, whatever works, just give it to us, we don't ask. But it's always nice to have them to go to the CSW event. So they even asked us, like, is it okay if we go since we're not really CSWEs? And I mean, what you guys are doing, of course, yeah. I mean, they're the first people to go, I say. So, so they're good people, really good people to work with.
I mean, Jonny and I are helping out with the Maker Zone and that, and even that just seems like chaos, and that's just a small single booth, and we're seeing the craziness for that. So I cannot imagine the other side of
even
else.
Even our small-ish part of that booth has been craziness for the last 6 weeks.
I can imagine. I mean, I think the first call that I talked with for the event, for the CSTV event, was probably 4 or 5 months ago or so.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so and which is funny because by Monday night when we're done on Tuesday morning, we start thinking about okay, what do we do next year? You know, and so
we were wondering if it was going to be in that conference hall with a little boat full of beer again.
It's fun how we've done it different ways over the years. You know, it's this year I haven't been a part of everything like I would normally do. You know, but grateful the team. I mean, they've done everything that plus 25% more. I mean, it's I'm grateful for all the work that they've had to do and things like that. And I don't know how we'll ever be able to pay them back for everything over the last 6-7 months. But I'll work as hard as I can to get them to enjoy the conference for themselves. And it's funny because I'm not really going at it as a worker. You know, it's just just an event on my own, basically.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm still on disability and things like that.
Yeah.
And so, but you'll see. I also have my badge, things like that. But they're helping me in ways I couldn't even imagine. So.
Yeah, so I mean, perfect little segue there. Mr. Theodore's asking when is the CSWE, where it is, and when it is. So if you want to tell people how they can register for it, because I think it's a bit different this year.
So so it's it is still it's on Monday night, 8 or 7 to 10 as normal, which is good. There's a few years we went down to just 2 hours. Remember?
Yes.
So it's
we still stayed late.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, 7 to 10, and it's called I think it's called Backyard. So that's what it's actually called, Backyard, in Dallas. You know, everyone you can walk by and see what's going on, and as long as you don't have a wristband, you're not going to get in. You know, so but you can see the outside and see what's going on if you want. The registration hours for this will be on Monday. It'll start at 11 a.m. and we should be done usually by about 3 or so. And then we'll have wristbands close to us just in case, but just please try to get there to get your wristbands during those 4 hours at some point. We have radios and everything else that we can try to find people, things like that, but just try to get there. You're welcome to Uber there or to walk over there, or we do have a bus as well that we're going to have as well, but just jump on an Uber somewhere or it's a really small city right there. So
I mean, me and Jonny, we're planning to speak to as many people as we can. We're going to be doing the podcast, but on the move this year. We've got portable microphones, everything. It's going to be great. So we'll tell everybody that's asking or has that question, where do they register for it, where can they find that? So we'll let them know, especially from the Sunday.
We put that. So we sent the email last week, about 3 or 4 days ago. So if you're a CSWE and going to the conference, you should have got an email 3 or 4 days ago with all the information on it.
Yeah, I've seen it in our little kind of Facebook chat and that. With a couple of the user groups, people have been posting about it there.
Yeah, it's fun. It's funny how it gets moves around pretty fast,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the kind of thing like some emails just go straight to my spam or I miss it. But there's always someone that has that answer or knows something. And I know for a fact Theodore, this is his first time coming to World. He's coming in from Greece.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm sure he's super excited to attend.
Just look for us on Monday afternoon or morning, whatever you call it. Myself and a couple of guys will be there on Sunday morning when the registration opens. We'll have, just in case, to double check if there's issues with CSWE and things like that. not sure if we actually have CSWE ribbons or not. So usually I would do that. So I don't know if anyone is. So
yeah, I haven't heard too much about ribbons this year, to be honest.
not like it used to be. I think. I mean, there was some of that. They were like this. They were like long.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, everybody try and get the longest.
Hey, we've got
ribbon.
podcast ones still.
Yeah,
I remember those.
we'll
Yeah.
bring 'em. But I mean, I think it was just before Nashville. You came on and you were telling us that you had a little accident where you slid off an airplane wing.
Yeah.
And you dislocated, and I feel like this is, hopefully it doesn't become a tradition. You joining us after a bit of a rough year. I don't know how much of this we want to speak about or anything.
I'm open to talking about anything, I broke my femur last year or so, right around then. And I thought that was the first time I ever been in a hospital overnight.
Yes.
And so since then, or since that, I've spent at least probably closer to 3 weeks in a hospital now.
Yeah.
So it was about April 1st or so almost a year ago. I didn't know what was happening. I felt different for some reason. I went to the hospital and they said, "Oh, you're fine." And I go home. And then for 3 days, to this day, I still do not remember those 3 days.
Right.
I had a hole in my heart since I was born, and a doctor never looked into it. And so suddenly, about a year ago, it decided to tear it open. And that started a stroke that just basically took all my motor functionalities to zero. And so there was times when I was in the hospital, I couldn't even speak. I just mumbled.
Right.
Mumbled and mumbled. And so it's not like you just have to restart everything all back again. It's not like it's like, oh, okay, this is how it is, and then you check a box, right?
Yeah.
It's not even that. You have to like try it, and then multiple times, like, oh, that's how that works. So
like reinforcing.
Yeah.
Get that muscle memory, I guess.
Yeah. And so even things like just having to go to the restroom and not knowing how to understand how to use a restroom.
Right.
And how you do that when you're a 50-year-old man, you have to start all over again. And so it's been really, really, really hard and really difficult as well. And there's been times when I won't get too much into how bad it was, because I know what people have to go through things like this. So at some point when I turn things around, I want to help people that have to go through those things. And it's okay.
Yes.
This is what's going to happen. Yeah. So it gets better. I will say it gets better. And I'm grateful for all the people at work that they call me, and then the benefits people, and getting emails and things like that, and getting a call, Suchit Jane.
Yes.
I've known each other. I've known him for years and years and years. And so he was here at CES. We had a DS booth here. And so he called me and said, "Hey, do you want to go have dinner with us?" I said, "Yeah, okay, I can do that." So I went and had dinner with them. And it's funny because one of the caveat type of things is like when people see me now, they think like, it's like, is that really Mike Puckett? I mean, he looks different, because I've lost about 60 pounds, right?
That's
And so all the t-shirts, I'll take t-shirts in mediums, because all my XXL shirts I gave them to Goodwill because I can't wear them anymore. And so anyways, so talking to him, and we have a customer of ours, and I'm gonna butcher the name of it because I'm not even gonna try it, but they send it to you. Anyways, it's a thing that it's a hand thing where it's like a brace on your arm, and it's to get those to get those muscle memories working again, and those nerve endings. And so this machine, it connects to a computer, and it's to try to stretch things to get it to start doing things. So like, like snapping that finger like that, that took me about 2 months until I was able to snap a finger.
That's great. I mean, I've got a friend who's 34 years old and he's never been able to snap his fingers.
I can't snap my fingers.
Now again, which is good.
Yeah, I know. That's good work, Mike. You've got me beat.
Yeah. So
you don't think about those little things, but it is impressive.
Yeah, you don't. And so when I was talking to Sujit, he connected to me, that guy. He says, this is a customer of ours. Let's see, what are they working on? And so they're doing this thing. They're in FDA trials for this device.
Yeah.
And so they connected to me and say, hey, would you be interest to going to see how it works and maybe go through the trials with FDA trials? Yeah, whatever you tell me to do, I'll do that plus 25% more. And so they're going to be on stage on Wednesday, and Suchi's going to talk about them on stage. And I'm not sure if I know I'm going to be there. I'm not sure if I'm going to be on stage, or I have the meeting numbers or the meeting things for the times like that. So I don't know if I'm on stage or not, but I'll be there. The picture me or something like that. So they're going to talk about it, and they're supposed to deliver me one of those, the handy things, the hand thing. Cool. So and I'll leave home with or home with that. And so to get the recovery, just get that last turn of the corner.
Yeah. And I mean, like, there's Jonny and I making, Jonny's making dice towers, and I'm making little things to hold microphones. And there's people out there doing insane stuff with SolidWorks. And that's my favorite thing about 3D Experience World, is that you put people like us in the same room as them.
Yep.
Like, it's people innovating the world, but also people making others smile by making random stuff. And it's a very, very impressive collection of people. And I can't remember where I heard it or read it. There's quite a lot of attendees this year expected.
Yeah, I know our numbers for the CSDV event is pretty high as normal. I think COVID is probably done now. I think Yeah. So I think it's going to be a big event. Maybe they're going to run out of fries or things like that. Who knows? But yeah, it's gonna be great.
Oh, it's fantastic. So it's been quite a bit of a journey this year. I mean, you still got tons of Lego. Are you still building with your Lego in that?
So I had the Coliseum, remember?
Yes.
And I was probably about 2/3 of it done when I had the stroke.
Right.
So now I recently bought it was like a $15 Lego set that even I have an issue getting through that already.
Mm-hmm.
Still.
Right.
It's going to take some time for me to be able to get those type of things working again. But yeah, I mean, I know they have the crawler crane, from Lego. Yeah. That's like probably what 9,000 pieces, 9,000 pieces or so.
Yeah, the new, I think it's Libra it's a big yellow one.
Yeah.
It's a small box for how big it is. I've noticed Lego's shrunk their boxes a lot, so it doesn't look as big, but it is.
But I would have a year ago. I would have bought it, and it'd be on my shelf,
Yeah,
back behind me, back there. So yeah, at some point, I'll buy it at some point, and I'll do it, again.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't bought too much Lego recently. I've been mostly cross-stitching for the past year.
I can't even do that at all. So you'll have to tell me, you have to train me or to show me how to do that, maybe.
Oh, I love it because I can't sit and watch TV doing nothing. It's too much ADHD, so I've got to do stuff, and Lego gets expensive after a while.
Yeah, because I didn't want to sit around doing nothing, and I couldn't drive, right? So I just walked everywhere, and I walked, miles and miles and miles and miles on top of miles and miles and miles.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's better than just sit around doing nothing, like you said.
Yeah, it gives a kind of different perspective and all that. I mean, what was it, June? I had to go to hospital because I lost feeling in the side of my face and all that. So I had to go off to the hospital, and they rushed me to check me for a stroke. But it was fortunately it was just Bell's palsy. I don't know what happened. I pinched a nerve in my throat and I just lost the feeling in my side of my face.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I keep saying to ask or to talk about this, but just do whatever you can to never have a stroke like I had. I mean, don't. It's not the kind of life that you want. That's for sure.
No, you got to do your best to kind of be as healthy and whatnot. I've downloaded this app called Conqueror. And it's like a virtual walking thing, and you can select cities or landmarks that you can walk to. So you can walk the Great Wall of China virtually, or you can it tracks your watch data, and you can walk, cycle, run it, or you can walk the whole Route 66. At the moment, I'm doing the route from Lord of the Rings, going from the Shire to Mordor in real life, and I realized that's half of the state's type of length, and I've done 9 miles, and I've got a few thousand to go.
But we'll do some world.
It's quite interesting, and it's for me, it's kind of turned it into like a game and be like, oh, if I was on the phone today to insurance people, so instead of sitting down, I was up on our mezzanine at work just pacing and that, because I'm like, here's half an hour that I could get some steps in, and then at the end of the day, every day I'm like, how far am I? I've just left the Shire and it's great. I'm enjoying it.
I have one question for you. You're using an Apple Watch, or
yes. Okay? You can use any kind of fitness app or anything, or you can manually log your.
Okay, because I have a treadmill at home now, right?
Yeah.
And so, how do you connect it to now? How long you're actually walking though? Because it's just a belt, right?
It uses a mixture of GPS and kind of shaking it. So if I kind of like shake my arm like that, it could trick it to being steps.
Okay.
But like my watch knows when I'm sitting. It's space magic. Yeah,
they were telling me that the only kind of exercise that would get me better is to just run on a treadmill. And I hated treadmills. I mean, I hated treadmills. So now I have a treadmill here. So I instead I swim. I swim. I'm using your guys' your not our imperial metric system, but I swim a kilometer basically every day.
I mean, with that app, you can use swimming and you can clock in a kilometer manually. But I mean, if you are walking and possibly running, you're going to join the running club that meets up at World?
Not quite yet. So, yeah, I don't want to turn to one of those. I don't want to turn into one of those persons who like runs marathons all the time. Like people, you go from black to white, right? So, here in Vegas, we have the Rock and Roll Marathon. It's in the springtime, and it's on the Las Vegas Strip, right?
Yes.
And it starts at night. And why not? Because you're not going to run, when it's 110 degrees outside. So it's in springtime, and it's at night.
Sure, Heather from DriveWorks did it this year, last year.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe in the next year or so, I will. As much as I do love swimming as much as I do. I mean, for me, I have these little things I can listen to during the whole swim and everything else, and it's good. So, but
cool.
I'll see them as they're leaving on their run in the morning.
Yeah, and I'm also sure that going to World and socializing and seeing people again is going to help out a lot. I've seen that in my little dog. She had a knee surgery about 6 weeks ago, and since she came home, she was very skittish and then didn't really want to do much or move. But then I took her to work one day where there was loads of people for her to interact with and play with. And when she came home, she was running around the house like nothing had happened. Like it changed her mentally so well.
It's similar to what I'm going through, I guess, because I'm looking forward to those type of things as well. Because and so anyone on the call right now or listening right now, if you see me and say hi, just remember who I am or your name, because I know it with Jonny. I knew your name pretty quickly, but Kirby's name, I had like, what's his name? And so it's everyone like that. So if you see me at 3D Experience World, they say, you're Mike Puckett, and this is who I am, and a few times I'll remember who you are at that point. So
yeah,
yeah.
I'm terrible with names. The amount of people come up to me and they talk to me as if they know me, and I'm just spaced out.
That's why those
No clue.
badges are for. That's what the badges are for.
They're so helpful. Whenever I go to conferences and that stuff, and there's no name badges, I panic because people talk to me.
Yep. Remember those few years ago we had the really small badge, remember?
Those little credit card sized ones.
Yes. I don't know if they're big still or not, but they made it bigger since then, I guess. So sounds good. Yep.
No, dude, it's going to be really awesome to hang out, see everybody. World is a big recharger, and we can start guessing where next year is going to be as well.
Yeah, it's funny because I was on a call recently I think I have the next. I know the next 2 years after this, and maybe a third one. But so, anyways, yeah, I used to mess around about that things like, oh, we're going to Minnesota, like Minnesota, what? Who's going to be in Minnesota in the middle of dead of winter, So
I mean, I wouldn't mind it. Like, this one thing that I love about Will being in kind of not really touristy locations like Dallas and Nashville is it means that we really get to explore different cities. I mean,
yes,
because it's the second time in Dallas, I've extended my stay for another week and a half, and my wife and I are going to do a road trip around Texas.
Yeah,
and a lot of people I've told I'm doing this, and they're like, "Why Texas?" I'm like, "Because why not? I'm going to be there. I might as well, do something with it."
Yeah, that's my department or the team that we're on, we got moved this year from we used to be part of technical services,
Yes.
and so now we're on the brand part of the company now, and so my boss is we're more about just talk about SolidWorks type of things, and so I used to go to Cambridge every year, and it was right around the time of my birthday every year in September. And so I used to take a week after to explore all over the place, So yeah, that's what I would do. Same thing as you.
Makes sense when you're traveling so far.
Yeah, going to Rwanda and everything else, and Japan, and you have to take at least a day or so to take where you're at. I mean, downstairs in my living room, I have pictures that I've taken. I think 5 or 6 of the continents already that I've been able to take pictures of, and I framed them on my wall. And so,
I mean, my wife's cousins just visited Antarctica.
Oh yeah,
she's now knocked off every continent that she's been to every continent. I'm just like, you know what? That's quite impressive.
It is, yeah.
It's very, very different. And it's me and my wife. We got to make that decision. Do we spend the money to go back to South Africa to visit family and that, or do we use that money to go somewhere new? So usually we'll kind of alternate. So this year we're doing a lot of traveling around the world. Last year went to South Africa quite a bit.
Nice.
So next year, I don't know, maybe Disney World.
Yeah, I'm gonna head down to Disneyland at some point in the springtime. I have friends there. I worked there years and years ago.
All right.
When I was a busser at Club 33. And,
Very nice.
Yes, and that would have been my ideal job to work at Disney, Yeah. And then that was running the user group at that time, and then I got started I started at SolidWorks, and then one of the guys from Disney called me and says, "Hey," he says, "how are you enjoying that the really cold temperatures? Do you want to go to California, because we're looking for a job? We're trying to find someone like you." And I said, "You know what?" I go, "As much as I would love to work at Disney, I go, I think SolidWorks is a little bit better for me." So I have friends there instead, and so in fact, 2 or 3 of them will be at the conference. So every time I go down there, I have friends and family. So I'll go have lunch with them, those guys. So they'll be at the Experience World, and so I always get them at least 2 or 3 wristbands to join the party with us as well. So good guys.
Nice.
Casey said he interviewed at Disney last year for the engineering department.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, but it's impressive. I mean, you watch a lot of the documentaries on Disney Plus of the Imagineers and all that stuff. And the
stuff they do and come up with is crazy.
Like most people just think of movies, maybe the parks, but the innovation that comes out of that place is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, Johnny's heading off to Disney World in March,
April.
You have to go see that ride, the newest one that they have there.
The Tron one.
Not the Tron one. They have that one's okay, yeah. But the Star Wars one, the bigger one. It's like the whole ride is like 18 minutes long or something like that. Like
right, yes. When you can see like full size 8080s with the projections and that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, when you turn into that room and the open thing and you look and there's the ATT, whatever you call it, AT&T, whatever you call it. When you see it, like at our kind of age, like you're like, yes, this is my life. That was it. That's what I wanted to ever see, and you check that box. So definitely go to that, see that to go see that ride.
Yeah,
and Tron is supposed to be really good as well.
Yeah, I'm so amped to go and do that.
Yeah.
Casey said Dave Wolf retired and was pulling for me.
Oh, okay, Dave Wolf. The name sounds familiar, maybe. So
yeah, so yeah, Disney just it's absolutely incredible. We went to Disneyland Paris last year.
Yeah.
It felt weird. It didn't have the same vibe as an American one.
Continental Europe and Disney, and then you put it outside of Paris.
Did you go to Paris Disneyland?
Yes.
See, because I think Disneyland Paris, so they're the Space Mountain, it goes upside down.
It's a much better Space Mountain.
Yes,
the problem I had with Space Mountain is that it's themed as Star Wars. So what you see is Star Wars. Like the actual ride is fantastic, but the queuing area for the ride and going up for it is not decorated as Star Wars. It's just kind of there.
Yeah,
they haven't like themed it. So
yeah,
and the staff there are very French.
Oh yeah.
There's no like, hey, how are you doing? Welcome to this ride.
Careful, Kirby. We are sponsored by certain French companies.
I do work for a French company still, you know. Yeah. But yeah, I've been there multiple times because the Haunted Mansion ride at Disneyland Euro or European, whatever it's called now. It's the best one out of all the parks.
We thoroughly enjoyed that. We enjoyed the Tower of Terror as well.
Yeah,
because that's got the old, doesn't have the rebranded Guardians of the Galaxy one.
Yeah, I'm done with the Marvel stuff. Okay, you know. So yeah. Anyways, I apologize. Yes.
I mean, John Matrician says, "Great checking in. Great to see you, Mike."
Thank you, John. I'm looking forward. Is he going to be there? Hopefully, we're going to see him as well.
I think he is going.
I think he might not be this year.
Okay, well, for maybe I head over to. Well, I don't know if he's still in Springfield, or if he's still, okay.
Not he was attending as well.
Yeah.
So
okay. Well,
I think there's one or two of the like usual gang that isn't attending.
After 15, 18 years, you know, it's hard to do it anymore, you know. So
yeah,
but
he's got 3 presentations to do.
Wow.
Got me beat.
Wow.
Johnny's doing a presentation this year as well.
Nice. How's that going to be? What was it about?
It's a meetup session. So it's the daily headaches of an engineer and manager.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Of which there's a lot.
Yeah.
It's basically it's therapy for Johnny.
It's therapy for me. I'm going to ask questions and then wait for the answers and then take them back to my work.
It's problem solving.
I know, you know, Jeff Mirasola, right?
Yeah.
You know Jeff. So I don't think he's coming because I think he said he's always traveling around the world now.
Yeah. He said he might be going to Europe, but if he isn't, he'll try and go through.
Okay. No, so Jeff is going to Oman.
Okay. So he was the guy that told me or said like he was like that I decided to do CSWE exam. Because he was saying the CSWP, it's nothing anymore. I'll use. He's like, okay. So I told him, when I see you next year, you'll see what I have. And we have. That's when I did CSWE. When I built that exam. And so I'll use this platform to talk about it. Is that if I wanted to even take the CSWA exam right now, I could not be able to pass it at all. So all those parts for me with the brain after the stroke, that stuff is gone. I have to restart all over from scratch again. And so what I'm looking forward to doing next year, and I'm really probably going to put myself out to not be able to say this, but my goal is to next year at 3D Experience World is to sit down on Sunday morning and take the CSWE exam again.
That would be awesome. That would be
really awesome. It's going to be really, really hard to do. And because if I can do it one more time, and if I can say, and if I can do it and show that I was able to do this, these kids in high school and in college that don't know what to do. Okay, do we really need these certifications, things like this? Okay, let me show you what happened to me. Okay, this is what I had to do, and I did all this, and here I am again. So if I can do it, then you guys can do it as well.
It's also an interesting way to validate the certification in that. I mean, you would also be doing it under kind of the new rules, not the massive exam.
Yeah, well, that's how the second time I had to take it. It was the old one. Yes.
Yeah. So I think that's quite impressive. That will be awesome to see.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just one of my goals for the year, and not a work goal or anything else like that. It's on my own time to do it.
Yeah.
So I go at the CSWE events. Am I really allowed to go to the CSWE events on Monday nights? I think I can. But I think
you should definitely have an honorary wristband at least.
Yeah, because my life is all about SolidWorks.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is, everything I've done, is because of that. And so just one more little thing for me that I have to do. And I know we have our competitors that they ask about these things and this and this and this and these features like that, but it's just SolidWorks. This is what people want, why they want it and why they love it so much. Because I know on Monday morning when they open those doors and I see those doors open and I see all you guys running in, that's going to be hard for me to do that because I didn't think I was going to be there this year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I see those doors open on Monday morning, I'm going to remember everything at that point. Yes. Yeah.
That's going to be an absolutely awesome event.
Yes. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
It makes I get goosebumps every time I see it. Even though I watch the running of the nerds every single year, I stand in the front there and I watch it happening. I'm like, these people are nuts. This is amazing.
Yeah. It's just how it is. It's just a piece of software, right? But it's not just that. It's everything else that's next to it. And it's
It's the community and everything, isn't it? It's not just,
Yeah, it's everybody. That is, Jonny and I, we don't watch or go to many sessions. We just hang out with our friends, chill with the community. And I think if you kind of challenging yourself to do the CSWE again, kind of set that little self goal for yourself. You know, you've got a network of people that will be happy to help you in any which way. And help you kind of help you and support you for that.
Yeah, it's about community, right? We always talk about community, and on Wednesday afternoon, it's all about community, right? And that's why Suchet will be on stage talking about that as well, because it's not just a buzzword. It's community. It's just we're 25 years into this now. With the so it's I'm back when it was 10 years or 7 years ago. It's fast how time flies by.
Yeah, it's like the last year has been a kind of interesting one as well, and it's just it's insane that suddenly it's February, we're about to go to World again. It felt like 2 months ago we were in Nashville hanging out.
Yeah.
Did it?
That's, I mean, how it is. I mean, on on Monday or on Tuesday night or Tuesday morning when we wake up, I mean, I'll be talking to the guys like, hey, what do we do? What do we do next year for CSTB next year? Because we have to make it something that people want to go and be a part of.
Yes.
So, yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. I just can't wait to get there.
Yeah, it's going to be an absolute insane event as usual.
Yeah.
And I really hope we go somewhere interesting. Jonny and I are kind of suspicious of where we might be going next year.
Yeah. Something with a conference center. Yeah, I would say that.
And a decent size airport normally.
Why didn't I think of that?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. But
a decent airport.
One thing we didn't talk about was Patty Lowe is going to be on stage on Monday, right? Our Formula One fans, right? Right? Patty Lowe.
Yeah, we talked about this the other day, Mike, didn't we? And we were both really excited for this.
Yeah, because I'm a Verstappen fan, hugely, and so we had the Formula One race here in Las Vegas, it was a nightmare because there was one of them flew out and cut the Ferrari car in half, basically. But it was one of those races that you'll never remember about, because I know we have Monaco, right? But they're saying now Vegas is now the new Monaco for Formula One, because that race. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, so I'm hoping to meet Patty Lowe at some point backstage at some point.
Just walk in with confidence. No one will stop you.
Yeah,
that's how Jonny and I do it.
Yeah, I'll have my. I might have my cane with me from time to time. So if anyone sees me with a cane, it's not because something's wrong or something like that. It's just sometimes I need it because to move around sometimes.
Yeah.
So if everyone sees that, but or I'll go backstage and I'll ask that. It's nice to have the events team to be nice in that way, because you can ask him, is it okay if we go here to see to meet this person? Yeah, you're allowed, So, but I'm looking forward to it.
It's also interesting about this community. It's someone will know someone, and you'll make your way there. I mean, I remember 2018 in LA, that you had those set designers on stage talking about like them designing the Batmobile and the sets for Batman and that stuff.
Yeah.
And Luke just messaged Rachel saying, we need to meet them. And Rachel just said, okay. Did like 2 texts and said, this time over there, you'll meet them. Yeah. And it was done. So there's always someone that can help you out or connect you. Adam Weir, he came to SolidWorks World in 2018 and 2019. 2018, he was fresh out of university looking for a job. 2019, he was an engineer in his new job in New York, moved from the UK to New York from a connection that he made at SolidWorks World.
Yeah.
And he got a career from that. It's a lot can happen. There's so many possibilities, so many connections, so many people.
Yeah.
So many whiskeys.
Yeah. Jeremy Lucchini. He's actually going to be at 3D Experience World. He hired me when I joined SolidWorks. He was my boss at the time, running the certification team. When there was 3 of us, that was it. There was just the 3 of us. That was it. And he's moved on over the years to go to. He works for HP, and he's actually going to be here at 3D Experience World in the HP booth. So I'm looking forward to seeing him as well. John Matrician, he'll know that if John's still on the call or listening. We all rode our bikes out to Springfield to go to where Joan works for. I don't know if we could say it or not, but we went there, and I still remember that, riding our bikes all the way there, and motorcycle bikes, not bicycle bikes.
Iron Swipe bikes.
Yes, yeah. And again, it's like you said, it's different how when you remember all these people over the years.
A little fun fact for 3D Experience World, we're actually sponsored by HP.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
Johnny's managed to pull that together, and
nice.
We actually
I've done well this year. My network's paid off.
I am still hoping to make it to the Cad Monkey dinner.
On Saturday night.
My schedule is booking up pretty fast, and then I also have to see how I feel at the end of the day.
Right.
I get tired pretty quickly, so starting to get that brain to. It just wants to go to. It just wants to take naps all the time. I don't know why. You know?
I mean,
but yeah, I'm still hoping to go to the Cad Monkey dinner as well, and see anyone there as well, and see maybe see okay, who do you think I am? You know, who knows? But have some fun.
I mean, you still got the same humor, the same stories. It's fantastic.
Well, I missed that part. Was that?
You still got the same humor and the same stories.
As long as I don't speak too fast. I know sometimes I speak a lot. I speak a lot pretty fast sometimes right now because trying to get that the brain trying to connect with the speech at the same time. I have to slow down because it's trying to process all that information.
Yeah, with ADHD brain. That's
okay.
I just this guy's.
Yeah.
I'm muddling my words all the time.
Yeah, so, I couldn't do what you guys are doing with these podcasts, things like that. I mean, I was able for me even to connect on because I have a Mac, right?
Yes.
Yep.
And so of course I'm using Safari, right? Your platform that you use doesn't work on Safari.
Oh, really?
No,
I did not know that.
I didn't know that. Yeah,
you have to have Chrome. So luckily, I had Chrome on my computer as well.
Interesting.
So quickly, I was able to open Chrome and use the link and to connect that because I would say about a month ago, I wouldn't know what to do. I would have just I guess I will be able to make it because so.
Yeah, I mean, we would have made a plan. We would have switched to Zoom.
OBS
and screen recorded.
Yeah, that's my bad, Mike. I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
but I should be able to do those type of things. And again, a month ago, I couldn't have done that. Now I can, and so I check a box for that. Okay, done.
That must be quite rewarding for yourself to actually see that progress.
Very rewarding, of course. Yes. Yeah. So anyways, I have a friend that's heading over, or they're heading over to California. Actually, he's a good friend of mine. He lives in Southern California. He's been to my place, I'd probably say about 10 or 20 or 30 times over the last 6 months. He would just come here to hang out with me, to drive me around, to go to things like that. So him and his girlfriend, they're on their way, so I'm gonna have to dodge out here pretty quickly to go.
That is perfectly fine, Mike. It's been an absolute pleasure hanging out, and it's great to see you out and about doing your thing, getting back to normality, and that we're super happy that.
Yeah, I'm grateful for it so much, Lee. So much. See that word right? Wordly. That's not even a word, right? So I'm grateful for those type of things. I'm grateful that I'm going to be there next month or next week, and looking forward to seeing everyone so much.
Yes.
Yeah, I just cannot wait to get there.
Yes, it's going to be epic. I think we're all going to have fun.
Yeah, and for all the people from SolidWorks DS, thank you for all the help that you've done for me. I mean, I joined a call right before this from HR. For getting my things together with disability and things like that, and talking to that guy, there's without them, I don't know what I would done. So
yes.
I'm grateful for that. So so I'm looking forward to seeing you guys as well, and I'm sure
definitely.
I know my flight will be a little bit shorter than your guys's.
Lots of movies to watch. So
yes, I'm gonna watch something on. Probably Netflix or something like that, because I know you can download things on your iPad, and then so I think it's like a 3-hour flight at the most. So, but
fair enough.
Okay,
absolutely.
I'll see you guys there next week.
Thank you so much for joining us, Mike, and we see you. We'll see you in a couple of days.
All right, take care. All right, bye.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Mike.
it.
Bye.
that was
such
awesome.
a nice guy.
Yes, that was absolutely fantastic, and I hope everybody out there enjoyed that conversation as well.
Yeah, I caught up with him the other day, obviously, but in prep for this, just to make sure he was happy and everything. We're doing it, so I kind of just wanted to leave you to hear his story.
No, it was absolutely inspiring, and I'm sure loads of people also be inspired by this.
No, I think the chat's been good.
It's
Theodore
been
checking in.
Yes, everybody did enjoy that. I'm going to get my edits to put that together. That was a fantastic episode. Where's the little faces? Beep. You'll see us a lot posting 3D Experience World, and if you want to see what we're getting up to at 3D Experience World, hashtag 3D Experience World 24. I fixed it. You can follow me. I'm at KJ Design. Yeah,
sorry, Kirby.
I didn't realize that. I'm at KJ Designs 365.
At Kesserun Creations, I've actually posted a story today.
I saw that. I did see that. If you want to see when we go live next, we're going to be doing live. We're also going to be doing pre-recorded stuff that's going to be uploaded as it happens. It's going to be a busy week. Lots of things are going to be uploaded. So if you aren't attending, there will be. You can cure your FOMO by watching us. So you can follow us at thecorepodcast.contact on Instagram, on Facebook. We're The Core Podcast with the O's 0, and Twitter, The Core Podcast, and YouTube, The Core Podcast. Wow, I'm struggling today, Johnny.
It's butchered it. Pre-world tiredness.
The Core Podcast. Johnny, epic episode, and I'm looking forward to seeing you at World.
Yeah. I'll be there. You'll be there. Theodore will be there. Sean will be there. John will be there.
Excellent.
Mike will be there.
Cool. Thank you very much for joining, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.